Good afternoon, everyone, or actually it's a good evening this time. I am going to keep working through the Hellwitch sketches that I've had on my list for a while. So, let me just get the camera set up. Hopefully it's in the right place. All right, sorry about that, everybody. Let me make sure it's good. Yes, it's good now. Okay, so I have two blanks that I'm working on. I'm working on this one that I did the layout for a little while ago and posted it when I had this one. So I kind of did the layouts together, and then I just spent a little bit of time today refining it and working out some of the kinks that there always are when there's a layout. And then there's this one that we worked on last time, which I'd like to finish up. So we have two to do today, which is gonna be fun. And I'm gonna really try to make some progress through these two and then start working on the next two. Hello, Jewel Kicks. I hope you're having a good weekend so far. So I missed yesterday. I had every intention of streaming and my day got away from me, so yeah, I'm making it up today. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and finish this one since the hair was everything, was what a lot of people wanted to see last time, and I didn't get around to working on it. So we'll finish this one up, and then if there's time, start working on the next one. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this one away for now. Kylie, hello! Oh, mine is good, thank you. Hello, Mystery. Oh, thank you, Brandy. Woohoo! I'm happy to hear that. Yay, that is awesome news. Check out my shirt. It was one of the ones that got sent around for Christmas, and I love it. No, it's Saturday. I missed the Friday stream. I really apologize about that. The day sort of got away from me, so I'm making it up today. And that's how it's probably gonna always be with me and streaming. My goal is 3 times a week. When and what day is kind of, well, we'll play it by ear. Thank you, Brandy. I don't do the cinnamon skin tone very often. I'd like to more. So it was a trial and error to figure out which markers were the right markers to use. Yes, 2 streams in a row. I will stream again tomorrow at the usual time at 4:30, my time. Okay, so with this one, we're just gonna jump right into colors again, and as promised, I'm gonna do her hair. So we'll get the hair done, then we'll do the green flamey stuff out of her hand, and then refine the rest after the green is in. I know it's Super Bowl, but I don't watch the Super Bowl, and maybe there's other people that don't as well. But if everybody wants to watch the Super Bowl, that's fine. I'll just record it for YouTube. And I'm eating dinner, apologies. I was supposed to plan ahead a little better and have be done eating dinner, but I didn't. You're so sweet, Kylie. I don't expect any of you guys to watch both or, you know, stick around for the stream just because I'm gonna be streaming anyway. Hello, Sozy555. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Aw, thank you, Mystery. You're so sweet. Okay, so because her hair is purple and black, so think like a really, really dark purple. So you'd really only see that purple when her hair is in a highlight position, right? But I'm gonna use it as a base tone all the way through her hair, add black in, add white colored pencil for highlight. Oh, thank you so much, Sozy. Is it Sozy? Is it Soz? All right, and as always, dab pad to the side for marker problems. So I'm following my pencil lines in a very loose and basic sort of way. Oh, that is so cool, Kylie. Good evening, Lee. Oh. Hello, Adam. So this is a pretty dark purple marker, but it's not really showing up as dark as I expected it to. So I'm a little confused. Maybe on my hex chart I went over it twice or something. Hey Sheldon! I'm so glad you could make it today. So we finally have a cold snap here in Calgary, and it's awesome. I'm just staying in my house, going nowhere, because it's pretty cold. But it's like finally we've got a little bit of a winter now. Because even though it's great that we're having a really mild winter, I really wonder what it's gonna do to our whole year to have like barely any snow. It's very warm, all things considered. And then what is gonna happen? Are we gonna have like some kind of drought here in the summertime? Oh yeah, well no, this marker, like all Copics, dries lighter. So you know, I'm probably going to switch to my darker purple, which is V09. Let's see if this does a little better. Yeah, it's darker. And then I won't have to go over it nearly so much. Because her hair is black with purple being the highlight. Kind of like how a lot of people do Wonder Woman, where in the highlights her hair is blue. That is so cool, Kylie. So maybe it'll arrive faster than expected. Yeah. It is pretty cold. I think one weather thing I was looking at said, you know, minus 20 feels like minus 33 or something. Oh yeah, and I have a strand coming in the front of her chest too. So I need to sketch that back in. I don't really want to freehand that with a purple Copic marker. Oh my god, Adam, that sounds so intense. Minus 70? Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Robert. We're doing great. I hope everything is going well for you guys, too. Hello, Scott. Hey, Shane. Hey, Steve. Yes, I'll let you know when I get it, Robert. And thank you again. So her hair is really, really long. So it can really go off the page and be quite quite a secondary character on this piece. No, thank you, Mike Renzine. That's fantastic, Kylie. Oh, thank you, Mystery. Oh, okay, Robert. Well, usually it takes at least 2 weeks. So, you know, I wouldn't even start remotely worrying until 3 weeks have long since passed. It takes a long time for stuff to reach here. Okay, almost done with this base tone in the hair, and then I'll go in with a pretty dark toner gray, so like something that's really edging into the black, because her hair is technically black with the purple highlights. And it's looking a lot more blue right now on my screen, but it is very much a purple right in front of me. It's weird how that happens. You know, everything ends up picking up the color and making slight adjustments to it. So yes, right in front of me, it's a very deep purple. Hey Juan! Oh my goodness, Piglet! Long time no talk. I'm so glad you made it. All right, guys. Again, I'm having dinner. Okay. I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna start with T8 just because I'm nervous and a little bit of a chicken. I'll probably need to go to T9, and then I'll keep mixing in some of the purple. Dinner is some non-fat Greek yogurt mixed with protein powder. I had every intention of making myself some eggs and stuff because I'm going live while family is having dinner. So I was supposed to make myself some eggs and stuff in advance, and I so didn't. So yogurt it is. I did not bring enough for everyone. I apologize. I figured most of you wouldn't want it. Okay. We're gonna start out with T8. And I know that it looks like I missed a spot right here, but I'm gonna put a little bit of skin tone right in there. Dinner on the go, that's right. All right, so this part would be in shadow right here. And I need to bear in mind that the light source, the ambient just in the room or cave or wherever she is, light source is hitting her right about here. And then she has green power that's coming from her hand. So that is generating even more light over on this side. So shadows would be cast from her face onto her hair. Right about here. And then I'm just kind of making little hair detail. I don't want to do too much of that because it can be a little intense and distracting, especially with so much else going on. She has red eyes and spiky bra and metallic armor on her hands and horns, and there's just a lot. And I don't want to make the hair be like, whoa, okay, just I assault because she's just got too much, and I've highlighted and accentuated everything, so then you don't know what to look at. So I'm gonna try to ease myself into just doing a little bit in her hair. Oh, that sounds delicious, Kylie. Oh, that sounds so yummy. All right, so now I'm coming back in. It looks like T8 was a good call. It's just dark enough. It doesn't need to be any darker than that, and I think T9 would be too dark. So I'm glad I was nervous about starting with T9 because 8 is plenty good. So I'm just gonna stick with 8 now. Oh my God, that sounds amazing, Juan. A cookie convention and sweet show. Oh my God. Sign me up. Yeah, it sounds amazing. All right, so again, I'm toggling between V9 and T8. And the VO9 is the marker that I used as the base tone for her purple hair. And so I'm just layering it back on top of itself to blend out the darker toner gray color, and it's working out really nicely. So I'm happy with the blend and the mix. And then at the end, I'll put some white highlight. Yes, T8 is the gray, V9 is violet. Oh, thank you, Piglet. Yeah, coloring is the fun part, I'm telling you. I really like using Copic markers. I'm not as much of a fan of digital coloring because I just still am in the learning stages, in my opinion. I am still not, I'm not able to accomplish what I would like in the speed I would like. So it takes me longer than I want it to get what I'm trying to get. But I think that's kind of just the story of an artist's life. It always takes longer than you expected or were hoping. But, you know, it's a learning process. Copic marker, on the other hand, I feel a lot more comfortable and confident in because I've been doing it for longer. So I really enjoy coloring with Copic Marker, and it's kind of like fun, relaxy time. Digital coloring still for me is a little bit like bite your nail stressy time. Especially because those ones are generally on a deadline. Alright, I'm just going over a few more of the spots that I added toner 8 onto. So it in front of me right here it looks black. And so I'm blending that black into the purple with the purple. And you guys will see that a ton in all the Copic work that I do. If you put down one color, you can blend it back into the previous color with said previous color. So right now is the perfect time because it makes it a little bit clearer. I put V9 down. That was the base color of all of her hair. To give it a shadow, I'm using T8. But the T8 really stands out, and you can see it very harshly, at least here, with my eyes. And so I'm taking the V9 and I'm blending the edges so that they mix. Oh, thank you, Lee. Yes, not nearly as many streaks. That's true, Mystery. No, I didn't, Steve. Or, maybe I did. I just don't know who you're talking about. Oh, sweet. That's awesome. Yes, I did see him on the guest list. That's great. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Jewel Kicks. Oh, good evening, Philip. How's it going? No, thank you, Piglet. Oh, thank you so much, Flash Arc. That is so awesome of you. Yay! Oh, bummer, Steve. I'm so sorry. But you know, I think that as C2E2 grows as a show, which happens every year, they will be getting more and more bigger people that like usually only go to San Diego or something like that. So I think your chances of seeing some of those artists are probably better. But like literally, I'm just saying that off the top of my head. Okay, so I'm blending out the T8 again. Yeah, I'm gonna try to go to Charlotte this time. All right, there we go. Got the basics down for the little curl I had in front, but then I erased it when I did her skin so that it wouldn't be in my way, and then just drew it back in now. I am so sorry, Juan. Okay, so I'm putting away those markers because I don't need them anymore, for now anyway. Okay, so I will be doing some colored pencil highlights, but I'm not going to do all of that now, just in case I want to make any more adjustments to her hair. But I'll show you guys what I mean as far as the highlights, because this thing works really nicely for just bringing out a little pop of lightness to the art. And I've found that the colored pencil just works so nicely. As opposed to, like, you know, using a whole extra marker or even 2 or 3 more markers to try to get that smooth transition from a darker purple into a lighter one. It's just not worth the time and the effort, when it honestly, I've seen, looks almost better when you just use a white colored pencil and blend it outwards a little bit. So I don't know, it's stronger. Like, that really looks like a hair highlight. When it's too, like, smoothly blended, it makes the hair look almost more matte because it doesn't have that shiny point to it, you know, like a real bright spot. So I'm really, I'm finding it saves time, it saves marker, and it looks better and more confident in the highlight to do it with a colored pencil. Let's see if this would add a little bit. Nope, too dark. Never mind. Oh, thank you so much, Flash Art. That's so kind of you. It really is, isn't it? And the thing that's so great about it is if you decide that maybe you went a little too far with the colored pencil, you can't erase all of it. Like, it doesn't come off perfectly clean, at least this particular colored pencil, but a little bit does. So you can kind of fix things a little bit, which is awesome. And then in the end, if I want even brighter pops of highlight somewhere, I have the acrylic paint markers, and I can do a really bright highlight in a couple little places. So like here would really catch the light, right here. And I'm gonna, even if it doesn't necessarily catch the light right here, I'm gonna put a highlight here anyway to show that it's crossing over in front of her black bra, because otherwise the colors look identical and it just kind of melts together. Okay, so I'm not gonna do all of her hair like that right now. I'm gonna keep setting up the rest of the piece, and then I usually go through with a white pen and all this stuff and do the highlights at the very end, once everything is set and ready and it just needs those pops of contrast. Okay. So her necklace is I think it's supposed to look like some dinosaur teeth or something. So I'm gonna use the warm grays. So they're gray with a little hint of a brown undertone. Right now I'm using W1. And I'm filling the entire thing because it's just setting the basic tone. All right, and now I'm using W3. this one is her neck and face are casting a shadow on it, so we wouldn't really see all that much of that particular side. Even up to here, we wouldn't see much. You guys are funny. Hey, Sloppy Octopus! Oh, wow. This one is brand new. Not gonna start it. So I'm just giving a bit of a white highlight on here in the places where I feel like it would catch some light. Oh, hello, William Chin. How's it going? Oh, and hey, Richie. Tyler. No, Sloppy, it is, they're called acrylic paint pens, and these ones are One for All by Molotov. And you can get them on Amazon, actually, and at art stores. Okay, so now I'm going to work on this hand, doing these portions, and then we'll move on to getting her getting that green going on. Actually, I have to do the wings before I can do the green, because the green has to be sort of the last additional piece. Sorry, Mystery. Okay. Yes. Her horns, I think, if I recall what color I made them, which I don't remember. So I'm gonna check real quick. I think that her horns are kind of like a brown color. But let me check. Final covers. Yeah, all right. So they're kind of a desaturated brown. So I might use, yeah, I might just use the warm grays again. Oh, that's very gray. Yeah, I think I'm still gonna do that. I don't want to like overpower anything. Oh, thank you for the host, Jeff. So right now I'm using warm 4. I'm going to color the background, Kylie. And now I'm going to go up to, let's see, I'm thinking warm 6. So what I'm doing, and this is kind of a little bit of a time saving tactic here, is I've jumped up to warm 6 and then I'll do the same like I usually do and blend it back into the warm 4 with the warm 4. So I'm not going from 4 to 5 and then 5 to 6, I'm just jumping straight to 6. Oh, thank you so much, Sheldon. So now I'm just adding in a little bit more 6. Oh, thank you, Jeff. I have no idea when this is being used. I just hand them over, and then because this is an open-ended deadline, I don't think that they're planned yet until Brian has them in hand. But I don't really know. That would be so cool, Sheldon.
And they spied on us. We had stolen textbooks hidden in our rooms. We had enough. We ran for dreamland down the rainy roads. A man came to us in
These are just part of my Coffin Comics work assignment. So I was given 4 blanks to just get done when I can, and they're specifically for the Hellwitch series. Yeah. Oh, sorry. So I answered twice. Sorry about that, Richie, and everybody. Oh yeah, they are not messing around. Okay, I think her horns are finished. I'll just have to wait and see. This one's not dry, so it looks a little darker, but I'll just, if I have to darken it up a little bit, I can. The metal bits on her hands and everything, they're like a silver chrome color. So I use cool gray markers for that. And then of course her hand needs to be colored as well. Oh, you heard it for the first time, Sheldon. Okay, fair enough. All right, and I want to make the background kind of orangish, I think. Kind of like a brownish orange. So I might do a little mixture of a few different colors for that. And I think I have something here that I want to use. So one moment. All right. Let me just see, because I know that I found one of the Hellwitch pages, because I want to make sure. So I did a Google search for Hellwitch comic, and I found one of the pages, so it's just loading. So yeah, it's this really cool one. And it's going to give me reference on what the green looks like, and the wings, which look really awesome. So here, see, it's this one. So I'm looking at this for color reference so that I get her, not her skin tone, because I already did that, but like the color of her wings and, you know, things like that. So, and the color of the green is very, very important. So I've got that for reference so that I get it right. See you later, Piglet. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, so I have a few colors for the background that I'm going to get started with, and then the green glow will just be around her hand and happening up in the front, but the glow in the back is going to make it so that, you know, there's even more rim lights and stuff like that going on. But first, I need to erase some of the pencil lines around her hair. No, I'm drawing and eating yogurt with protein powder. Okay, I'm going to start with the lightest color, which is YR12. So that's what I'm starting with here. And it's going to be a pretty intense yellow. Well, orangey yellow. If I recall correctly, just let me check something real quick. Should be here. Okay, so violet is with green. So the green is going to be in the front, which is going to go really nicely with her hair. And then the orange is, there's some sort of like, yeah. So let's see. So the green goes here. Yeah. And then the blue violet and the yellow green, so it's like a triad. Anyway, it'll work. Because I'm going more for like a deep brownish orange. See something though. I'm gonna try something down here. This one is called Pale Sepia. It's YR24. To me, it really looks like pumpkin color. If you literally just cracked open a pumpkin, this is what it looks like. And I'm not too worried about going over the lines with the with her wings, because the wing color is very dark, and I want her. I wouldn't even mind if some of the bone on the wing is picking up some of the orange of the ambient light, so it actually works out really great. Yeah, it really is like, you know, pumpkin pie. That's correct. All right, I might need to refill this. It looks like it's getting a little bit empty, but I started with YR12, but it was one of those situations where it wasn't needed. It's not that vital. I'm not trying to get a specific orange, so filling it with this to just kind of adjust the tone slightly with this one is a waste of marker. So I'm just using the YR24. As it's a little bit more of the tone I want, but it's too dry. So what's happening is it's all starting to just make streaks. So I need to refill this. Just looking for my little refill tray. Here we go. All right, so I'm just filling it up. And this time it's really okay if it gets a little bit over full, because I need to fill in quite a big area, and I don't want to have to refill this again. As you guys know, I kind of find refilling markers a little bit of a tedious job. All right, I had a big drip coming off the marker, so I'm actually just using those big drips right now. See? I'm just letting them fall onto the paper and then smushing it around. Now, granted, if you were working on something that it mattered, you didn't have some spot that's, like this spot that's so incredibly saturated is not going to clear up. It's gonna be a big blob right there. But for a background in Hell, where it's all kind of cloudy and misty and who knows what, it doesn't matter, right? If you were trying to do something that needed a smooth, even tone, I wouldn't recommend doing what I just did and letting those drips go onto the page. Okay, I didn't plan this, but it's sort of starting to look a little bit like honeycomb lava wall, and that is kind of fun. So I'm gonna go with that a little bit, and I'm gonna get a few more darker reddish browns. So I'm gonna use E15 and then E17. So E15 is called dark suntan, E17 is reddish brass. Check out my filthy marker. Clearly I need to clean that one. Yes, Sloppy Octopus, there is a comic in here. This is a comic book, and the cover is a blank cover that I'm adding art to. So sometimes if the paper is really saturated, you can start seeing the comic book underneath. Okay, now I'm going to the darkest one, which is E17. The Copic does bleed through, 100%. Oh, really, Mystery? Well, I did that extra dripping on purpose because I knew it wasn't going to really matter on this one. I do have a dab pad for being careful with stuff like that. Well, the thing with blanks for the most part is they're not really opened. Like, I can't open this book. If I do, I ruin the spine, which ruins the grade. So as an artist, when you're given one of these, they're kind of intended to be slabbed and saved. They're not generally opened after that. It's just a book for like safekeeping or collecting. Yeah. So like I can't open these books. And when I'm given a lot of books to sign, it is like, don't even touch it. Just sign it and scoot it back. Don't even really touch the book at all so that you don't ruin it. Yeah. Okay. And then I'm going to go in with colored pencil and add some smoke, maybe some white acrylic paint splatters. You know, there will be more to that later. But for now, I'm liking the look. It's kind of fun and looks a little bit like she's standing in front of a lava something or other. You know what? I don't know if I'm coming to New York this year because their sign-ups aren't up yet. So there's only at certain times that they put up the applications, but I most certainly will apply. And I didn't go last year, so I think my chances are pretty good of getting in. So long story short, yes, if all goes according to plan, I will be in New York Comic Con this year. Hey, Bruno. Oh, you wanted to meet me last year? I'm so sorry. Well, that is so nice of you, and I will most certainly be making quite an effort to go to New York this year. that's awesome, Sloppy Octopus. No, Philip, I'm making up yesterday's stream, so I missed Friday. So there will be a Sunday stream. I just missed the Friday one. So this is a catch up. So we're almost at the point where things are going to start coming together a little bit. Right now it looks a little mismatched still, you know. There's no highlights, there's no rim lights, and the colors are kind of all still separate. I need to start tying the whole thing together. And a lot of that I'm saving for Copic, for colored pencil, because I got my new fun colored pencils. So I'm really excited to put them to use here. It's gonna be fun. So this is the opening where her wings aren't, right? These are her wings here, and then sort of down at the bottom, we're gonna see more of the color behind her. No, it wasn't because of a migraine, but thank you so much, Philip. That's so kind of you. No, it's just my schedule got away from me. I had some friends over for the kids for play dates. Then I needed to drop a few of the other friends and kids off at another house, and it just, there was a lot more running around than expected. So I just rescheduled for today. Everybody had the day off, so none of my kids had school yesterday, so it just ended up being a little bit fuller than expected. And Dan's still at work, whereas today Dan's home, so he can sub in for me, you know, all that good stuff. Okay, this is where the wings would be. And it would round like that. All right, so I'm just doing a little rough line of where I think the wings would be. And then I will add more refined lines into her hair, because what's gonna happen is with me putting the background orange tone, it's going to kind of mess up that purple. Wherever the orange goes, it's going to lighten it a little bit and just kind of not give it the lines that it should. So I know I'm gonna need to go in and fix some of the purple after. But that's fine. I need to have the color behind it, so it is what it is. That's so awesome, Philip. Yes, I know that it is the Super Bowl tomorrow. I personally don't watch the Super Bowl. And so I'm gonna work anyway because I need to get my 3 Twitch streams a week that I'm trying to, since not all weeks it works, right? So, of course, watch the Super Bowl if that was your plan. Wow, minus 55 for 3 days. That's intense. We're at minus 20 something here, I think, but feels like minus 33, I think it was. Anyone else here from Calgary can, of course, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was something like that. Though the other day I got all confused and was a dumbass and didn't actually check the weather. I just remembered that it was going to be colder over the weekend, so I had my son wear an extra hoodie and his snow boots, and then it turns out that it was like a super warm day of like 6 degrees above freezing. So for us here, that's like a really warm day. And I have lost all credibility as far as telling him whether it's going to be warm or cold. Minus 25 with 35 wind chill. Okay, thank you, Shane. For tomorrow, I stream at usually 4:30 to 7:30, so somewhere around there. So I plan to do that again tomorrow. Yeah, it's just the worst. I mean, you know, there's worse things could happen, but as far as like trying to keep your kid dressed warm, it really pays to have some credibility, and I just shot that in the foot. Of course, worst that happens is he takes off his extra hoodie. You know, no harm, no foul, but, you know, when I tell him it's going to be a cold day, he's going to look at me with the hairy eyeball. All right, my E13 is running out. I need to refill it. Bummer. No, thank you, Philip. And hopefully I'll get started in on the next Hellwitch. So guys, these ones I am putting a lot of time into, and of course I'm only doing them on Twitch right now, except for a little bit today. Because generally these end up being used as limited edition covers. I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen now, but if, you know, the pattern serves or memory serves as a pattern, yes, it usually these get turned into covers. So I want to make sure that the coloring is done right. I don't rush it and make a mistake when it, you know, it'll follow me around for a long time. So yeah, it's important that I do these right. So I want to get them nicely colored. Wow, this one can take a lot. Yeah, no, these are not quick sketches. So I'm kind of meshing together some of that lava thing. Reason being, it was just starting to look a little bit too busy for me. There's enough going on without adding in yet another pattern. So what I'm doing is just going over it with the E13 and blending it. So having that like additional slight pattern is actually no problem. It's just it was too high contrast. There was too much going on. So I've dialed that back a little bit. So right now I'm still using E13, which technically is part of Copic Marker's skin tone set. But to me it's very salmon in its undertones. Like, I don't know, not many humans are salmon toned. I think we're, everybody's got some olive, some gold in their coloring or something, but like straight up salmon is just a little intense for me. I love you, Copic, don't be mad, but that's just my opinion. And I have told Copic representatives that it precisely, it's too salmon. I don't like it. So that's just my personal thing though, and I may change my mind on that. I might actually try out the skin tone set and be like, oh my god, where have you been all my life? It just it hasn't spoken to me yet, let's put it that way. But I'm willing to give it a shot at some point, just not right now. It's still a little too salmon for my taste. Nice, Mystery. Alright, I think the next one I used was E15, which is like a reddish brown. And I quite like it. It's also a really great color for Mary Jane's hair, believe it or not. It's like a good shadow tone for Mary Jane's hair, or any kind of redhead, because it's very reddish in its undertones. Oh, thank you, Kylie. All right, now I'm gonna do a like re-blend with the YR24, because some of these colors, when they blend together, they start to almost lose saturation. Like the E13, I've noticed, is just kind of going a little bit dull. So I'm just re-infusing it with a little bit of a brighter color, like this YR24, which is the pumpkin color that I used at the beginning, and I'm just blending on top. Now, the thing with doing this is you do kind of run the risk of it starting to get a little bit splotchy on the paper, like right around here. But in a position, in a piece like this, of course you wouldn't want to do something like that with where it starts causing textures on skin, for instance. But for a background like this, it actually works out great and gives it more texture. So you can sort of break a lot of the Copic rules if you're okay with some texture happening on the paper, with different colors of Copic interacting with one another. So you can just try it out, and you'll just figure it out by trial and error, especially because every paper is different. And this definitely feels like a slightly different paper than other Lady Death blanks that I've worked on. So I want to see if maybe it's a new paper. Hey, Devin! Oh, thank you so very much, Sheldon. That's so nice of you. Okay, so that right there has given it back its nice pop of color. And so, you know, because of the way that the light source is, I'm actually happy that it's a little darker on this side. However, it needs to not only start on one side of her horns. It needs to carry through a little bit more. So I'm just carrying it through a little bit. I'll add a few little regions where there's this additional texture. So right now I'm using E15. And then I want the full base to be filled with E15. No, I'm not sloppy. I got approved for affiliate, I think a week after I started. Hello, Justice Lawless. Thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, I got notified that I achieved whatever that was, the affiliate status, yeah, like a week after I started, which is like, whoop whoop, yay, I'm happy, but at the same time, it's just, right now it isn't worth it for me to join the affiliate program. It would be worth it for me to go through all the trouble that it is, because I'm not living in the States, to do it if I made partner, but not really for affiliate. So I just didn't do it. It's a bit of a giant headache. And I've talked to some other Twitch streamers, and apparently it is possible to make partner if you qualify and all of that, you can apply even if you're not an affiliate. I mean, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I've actually talked to people who have done that. It's not difficult. It really depends on your particular situation. Mine is such that I am a dual citizen, double tax, double file. It just isn't worth it right now, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's not something I'm trying to deal with to make like $5, you know, just no. All right, whoops, I'm sorry guys. I've just switched right now to E17. Yeah. It has its real pluses. It's really amazing because I can go to shows in the US, I can go to shows in Canada, I can go to shows in Europe if I wanted to because I'm also an EU citizen, but you know that its minuses are, you know, taxes and filing and all the headache that is. Exactly. I'm not streaming on Twitch to make money. I have a full-time art job. I don't need, you know, bits or tips or anything like that. If someone wants to do, you know, send me some support or something like that, I really appreciate it. That's why I have art on my website, and you're more than welcome to go there. But you know, that isn't a must. And I already have a whole setup as far as email list and commission lists and commission contests. And with all of that, I already have a setup. This is literally just for anyone who's interested, you can see the process. I would be working on this anyway. So the camera's on, you know, that's really how it is. Okay, I'm still using E17. Oh, thank you so much, Mystery. Oh, thank you, Shaykara. That's so nice of you. Alright, so these were the colors that I used, but I think I'm going to jump up one more. And, okay, E17 was my darkest. I think I'm going to go to E19 and just make the base really dark. So it's really, they're all in the same basic color range. They're all in the very reddish brown tones. And I just want the base to be the darkest. Okay, so this one is pretty much dried out. So I'm going to go ahead and refill it just so that I don't put an empty marker in my marker drawer. Okay, where is E? Don't tell me I don't have E19. I do have E19. That's hilarious. This may be the first time I've had to refill E19 because I just don't use it all that often. All right, getting my little refill thingy. Alright, so the background is looking better than it was at the beginning. I did kind of scare myself a little bit, and I was just like, oh shit, this looks terrible. What is happening? What did I just decide to do? But I'm much happier with it now. It's one of those situations where, like, you know, don't freak out. Just fix it as you go. Everything's fine. But on the inside, I was just like, fuck, this looks bad. It was really like, okay, I'll be honest, I'll tell you guys what it was. You know, I'm just trying to be all chill and, you know, fix it as I go and all of that. But to me, it looked like giraffe print. And I was like, damn it, that looks so bad. It's okay. We fixed it. Yes. It is really nice. Having that Control Z is gold. But then there are things that are just so fun with traditional that I still feel more comfortable with traditional even though there is no undo button. It's crazy. Alright, so I'm going to fill this in just a little bit more. And I'm really testing this paper to its limits. And I think it should be a little darker over here too. So I'm gonna go a little darker on some spots. Oh, that's smart, Sloppy Octopus. Yeah, it's all just about easing yourself back into having the confidence or just the comfort level to get going on it again. I'm sure you'll do great though. Undo bite, yeah, is whiteout. But that depends. It isn't always, you know. If you're working with something that whiteout isn't gonna match with, then you're really up shit creek. All right. I think that is enough. Oh yeah, isn't it? That was so great. And the little bear pope or whatever that was, it was so cute. Okay, so that is finished now. And then her wings are almost kind of the same color. Let me check one last time. Let me see what color I made them. Okay, I made them kind of a more desaturated tone. Basically like take elephant skin and make it a little bit browner. And that's kind of the direction I decided to go with my Hellwitch cover and what this stretched skin looked like. So I'm trying to just think if that looks appropriate for this piece with this kind of lighting. Because really, in my mind, you know, the dragon style wings are really just stretched skin. And as such, I think you would see through a little bit. So we would see some of this orange in the background. So I might actually do the base color with one of the orange tones and then add in the browns on top of it. I'm thinking. Last 2 bites here. I'm telling you guys, I'm not like going keto or anything like that because I know that there's still like carbs in vegetables and stuff, right? But I'm almost done with my first week of cutting carbs. So I think it's the first time in my life that I've gone for a week without having bread or pasta or rice or all of the above all at the same time because I love carbs. And no sugar, no desserts. Wah! Oh, okay, so my dessert, which I get to have at the end of this stream, is that I'm gonna have 2 baked apples in the microwave with some sour cream on top. And that's gonna be like my dessert for the weekend. Oh, I never thought I could do it either. But I got a little overexcited over Christmas time and kind of ate too much and gained some weight. So I'm trying to sort of clean my act up a little bit. I don't want to answer that question because I'm carrying a little holiday weight. I don't know if you guys remember that from Friends. Where like Ross is on Joey's back and he's like, dude, how much do you weigh? And he's like, I'd prefer not to answer that question. I'm carrying a little holiday weight. Yeah. Yeah, I went a little nuts. You remember that? Yeah. It's fabulous. Okay, so I'm just trying to think how to do her wings. I really like the wings, like I said, to look like stretched skin and to have a bit of that background in there. So as far as how much, though, that is going to yet be seen because I don't really know what to do. But I am, for fun, since I've got a decent amount of it done and I don't think I'll be filming it for too long, I'm going to film a time lapse. So you guys are going to see an extra camera here. I hope that that doesn't bug anybody, but I want to do a time lapse video so that I have something to post on Instagram and Facebook for people who can't watch the whole stream. Yeah, that is true. You're right, Shane. Okay, wait a minute. Why? What is this? Oh, okay. Yes, that's right. Okay. I just need to make sure it's seeing everything in the right spot. So you guys are going to see it a little bit. Is it covering me? Yes, it's completely covering me. Let's go a little closer. There we go. So it's a little bit in front of me, but not completely covering my face. That's funny, Cannibal. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna film this like right here. And I need some gum. Because I don't like the taste of yogurt. Yeah, exactly. I can't completely see the screen, so I'm not entirely sure if I'm getting what I intend to be getting, but we'll try this. If it ends up being way too annoying for people that there's like 2 cameras right here, I of course don't have to do it again. I'm just trying this for fun. Hello, Matt Shake, is that what it is? Meat Shake, right, Meat Shake, there we go. Hello! I'm finally glad you can catch a stream too. Okay, so for her wings, I'm gonna do something a little bit different and start with this color. So it's the E13. I was using it in the background, but almost more of an enhancing color. Now I'm using it as the base color for her wings. And we're gonna try this. If it looks terrible, oh well. It does have a little bit of a pink skin tone color to it, doesn't it? That's right, it is bingo time. Whoop whoop. So I am carrying the wing color all the way through around her hand for now. Because I'm confident that the green colored pencil is going to be able to cover the lightest tones. So I am going to do the same thing with her, her hand and her shoulder back there. I'm going to fill them in with just the lightest tones of whatever it is I'm using for her skin and for the... for her little like armor plates on her fingers. Oh yeah, sorry, were you not seeing the Lady Death logo? My bad. Right? It does look like salmon. Well put, Shane. This is just a base color. I am not sure that I'm even going to run with this at all. I might completely cover it with another color. So, because I don't know that this is right. I can't say I'm loving it at this point. It looks a little bit more like pigskin. Pink piggy. Which is not appropriate for Hellwitch. However, sometimes it is really helpful to have a base tone like this And then just don't freak out. There's always a way you can fix it, especially on something like this that is gonna be textured anyway, so it doesn't matter. You know, I can add color on top of color and it's gonna be great. E33, is this a color I want to use? Where is E33? I can't even find it. Ah! Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. I'm gonna not use E33, I'm gonna use E55. E43, E55. Where's E55? There we go. Okay, got it. Welcome back, Kylie. Splotchy is the plan here. Splotchy is good. Thank you, Mystery. I missed that. Okay, and I want a little bit of this tone in here. Not tons, but a little bit. Now I'm using YR12, which is a color I almost used in the sky tone in the background, but then I decided against it because it was lighter than what I needed. But it's great right here, and it's just for the parts that I am trying to show the most highlight behind. So I'm still just putting down base tones right now, and it's to get the background to look like it's coming through a little bit. And this is a dry marker. So dry, cannot be used until it's refilled, but I'm going to put it over there. Okay, I would like to now go to E23 and E25. These are darker browns. So I'm starting with E23. So even though I'm going over it with the E23 marker, you can still see some of the undertone underneath, and that's what I need, is that warm yellow behind it. Now right here, this is all going to be left plain because it's going to be green there, right? But I need the wings to stand out. So first things first is they have to be pretty dark here. I'm actually going to turn this off, and I'm going to record a little bit later. I'm worried my phone is going to fill up, and then I can't record kind of the fun part at the end. So I'll move this away. I'll record the fun part. Hello, totally confused. And I colored that part in that was actually supposed to be wing, so whoops. I'll just go over it with the darker marker. But it's good that I have a lot of the undertones underneath, because it is giving, it's mixing with the brown that I'm putting in and giving it a little bit of that orange and yellowy tones behind it. Now, granted, it probably would have been a better idea for me to just start with this E23 out the gate, but I wasn't sure if it was the color that would look right, so I had to try a few at the beginning. Are you serious, Kylie? That's awesome. Okay, I'm still using the exact same color. I'm using E23, but now it's darkening itself a little bit. Just like you go over something with pencil and do your shading in a few additional strokes, of course it gets a little bit darker every single time. And I want this to have a bit of texture, so I'm intentionally leaving some strokes visible like this, because it helps bring in that skin-like texture almost. And I don't want it to have the same lava-ish texture that the background does. All right, now I'm jumping up to E25, which is a little bit darker, and both of these are not very reddish browns. They're a little more on the cool brown side, so they don't have red undertones. They're very much a pure brown, I guess. Yes, E23 is hazelnut, E25 is Caribe Cocoa. No, you're remembering the name right. That's perfect, Kylie. And I do have a lot more freedom on the wings to, you know, keep adding colors, adjust it to make it look the way that I think it should, etc., because it doesn't need to be smooth. Texture is, frankly, fantastic. Hey, Mechanical Pencils. I've been great. How are you doing? I'm so glad you could make it to the stream tonight. And the reason why this part is completely white is because it's part of the boning and the like structure of her wings. So it's going to be a different color. I didn't forget that part right there. I'm pretty super duper sure, Kylie. That's so far to go. I would love to, though. Let's put it this way. I wouldn't say no if I got invited. Unless I've already booked a show for that weekend. I'd have to see. But, to like... It takes a lot of balls to like just go that far away. I'm a little scared. Aw, you're so sweet. Thank you, Kylie. All right, now I'm going over the E25 with E23 again to just soften the strokes. I want them there, but just not quite that intense. And again, this part I'm leaving. I don't want it to be too dark because there's the green glow around her hands. Thank you, Kylie. Okay, and I think I'm going to do another pass with E25. Oh, that's hilarious, Juan Solo. I haven't seen that that movie, but I've heard about it. Okay, now I'm going to do the darker tone for the boning. And then I'm not going to mix it with Copic Marker to give the side lights from the orange in the background. I'm going to use colored pencil for that. Sherlock heatable slippers? What? Oh my god, that is amazing. Okay, so I'm going to start with E18. It's quite a dark brown, but I think it's pretty good for what I need here.
You can't stop me now. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. Open your eyes. Step by step, you walking through the door. Turn on the light. You're all out of moves on the dance floor. Just give up. You know it's time for you to go. 'Cause you lost this battle. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me.
That is amazing, and it is something you would need in Canada. I always have such cold feet. Kylie, send me a message with those. I want to see them so bad. I might feel really creepy about wearing Sherlock on my feet, but I've still got to see it. I'd scare poor Sherlock.
You can't stop me. You can't stop me.
Yay! Okay, let's see this. I'm looking at the link from... Oh my god, those are amazing. I love them. Oh my god, those are the cutest ever. He looks so angry. That is so Sherlock. Oh wow, thank you, Lee. Copics truly are amazing. Okay, now I'm switching to E29, which is the darkest color that I have. I know, those shoes are so boss. I need to have those. And they're not that realistic that they're gonna scare Sherlock. Oh my god, I would so rock those shoes forever. Thank you, Kylie. So now I'm just drawing in some texture and cracks and crevices in her wings. So these are like, think of it like really gnarly bone, and that's what the wing frame is made of. But my marker is dry. Arg. Thankfully, though, my local art store actually had this marker. Oh, thank you, Kylie. That's amazing. Yeah, the art store had a refill for this marker, which is glorious because the first few times I looked for it, they were sold out. This one I don't want to overfill, so I just gave it a few little squeezes, and I'll give it a little drop at the edge so that it's not dry, but I didn't overfill it, so hopefully I'm not going to have to deal with any massive, extremely dark brown drips. That would not be good. Okay. Some of these very deep saturated colors like this one, or the like gray markers that are kind of going into black, they do get kind of gummy and almost jello-y in texture as they're drying, and it definitely gums up the marker nib itself. So it does take a little bit more color to get it going again. So I'm just adding in a few more little extra pieces here. A little more texture and boning. There we go. Do some more on this side. Yeah, it's not fun when you overfill it, is it? Yep, I second Kylie's statement there. That is completely true. Okay. There we go. That is also true, Kylie. Though, you know, with a lot of the markers, they only cost a couple dollars less, but you can't refill them. And, you know, the refills end up being so cheap in the long run for Copic markers. Okay. So now it's time to start kind of pulling everything together once I'm done with this part on her body. So let's get that done. E31, no, I'm gonna do where's E53? E53 is what I'm gonna start with. And put that color on her hand. And on her shoulder back here. Okay, now I'm gonna use E31 next. Thank you so much, Kylie. It's almost screen time. That's right. I might need to put a bit more of a darker shade right there by like the shadow that would be cast from her hair. But for now, it's okay as is. And now I just need to do the metal bits on her. Now it's chrome, so it's gonna be a very high contrast part on her. I'm just looking for a marker I can't seem to find. Here it is. Okay, so I'm gonna start with C1, C3, and C5. So these are cool gray, meaning that they are gray with a bluish undertone. I did not, Kylie. I really should have. It would have been a fantastic plan. So I'm still just using cool gray number 1. Now we're going to jump up to cool gray number 3. Same thing over here. And now cool gray number 5. Yeah, you know, it's the grizzly. I might. Right now I haven't because it's black and I've got all this green flame stuff I need to put in, so I have a feeling you wouldn't see it. So yeah, right now it's an intentional leave out. But if in the end it needs something, I'll do it, but with a much lighter gray tone. Okay, so now I'm putting down cool gray number 5. And a bit on this side too. Okay, and then there are different levels to the metal plates on her arms, so I'm going to give them a little bit of shadow at the edges because they would be casting shadow on the one beneath it. There we go. All right, and then I'm going to carry that through on the other ones. Same thing, C1, C3, and then a final touch of C5. I'm just going over it with C3 a little bit more. I felt like it needed to be a little bit wider with the mid-tone. Okay, and then the same thing with her fingers, but I'm probably not going to go all the way up to C5. I'm going to stop at C3 because, again, they're going to be done with the colored pencil. So I don't want it to be quite that dark. If in the end I decide that I want it to be, I think I can put it in afterwards. There we go. Okay, it is colored pencil time. The Copic marker part is finished. Yeah, it probably does, McTeigue, so I'll go ahead and put that in now. Just lightly though, because it's kind of going off into the distance and not really supposed to be as finished, you know, so that there isn't like just detail everywhere that gets a little overwhelming. Yes, I have been itching to get to it like crazy. Okay, so here's my new colored pencils that I've been wanting to try for a long time. Whoop, whoop. So I've got some yellows and oranges, and then I also have some lime green and some white because I might need to put some white in there. And then I also have a lime green Molotov acrylic pen. So if I want to give it like a nice strong outline, I can use this. I'm so excited. Okay. So first thing we'll do is just start maybe setting a little bit of a exterior glow sketch with the white colored pencil. And I'm just adding in some white colored pencil to just give it a nice base. And hold please while I'm checking the green and what it looks like. And I'm going to delete some stuff off of my phone. Okay, and then I'm going to go to deleted items because I'll start recently deleted. Here we go. Select, delete all. Okay. All right. So now I'm just going to confirm the green one last time so I don't screw it up. All right, so the green has a bit of a very bright yellow in the center. So I'm getting my very lightest, almost greenish yellow. And those two are the main colors. And then they have a dark exterior green line. So there we go. These are the colors that I'm going to use. And I just wanted to make sure I got that right. Okay. So here we go again. And we can do some recording. Just for fun. Whoops, it's on the wrong thing. Time lapse is set. And record. All right. I don't know if I'm even gonna film in the right place because I can't see it. Yes, I'll use them for rim lights too all throughout. Okay, here we go. Let's get some yellow colored pencil in there. Oh, nice. It's a really powerful yellow. Okay, and now we're going to the lime green. Yeah. They really are such amazing colored pencils, and they're so opaque. I love it. And then I might give it a little bit of like a softer edge. Just so much dust everywhere, so I'm getting rid of some of that. And then I'm gonna put some white here too. There we go. Missing strap isn't okay. Awesome. Thank you. And I will be putting more acrylic in there too. So it's still a work in progress. And then there's going to be a rim light right here with some green. I got to make that nice and strong. There's going to be some green here. Green is a tough color to put on a face, I'm telling you. I found that a little bit nerve-wracking. And there would be some green on the exterior part of her bra, because that's where it would be, the light would be shining. So it still needs to be brighter and more brilliant right in there. And I will handle that shortly. There would be some green here. Some places where it's catching the light on that. All right, let's see, where else would the green go? It's right here on her bust. And then I guess part of her bang would be catching the green. I just need to sharpen real quick. Oh, thank you so much, Jeff. Hello, Ashley. Yeah, just doing the final touches now. But it does make a lot of graphite dust. So I have to keep cleaning that up so I can see what I'm doing. So here, the full highlight along this part would be the green, with maybe a little bit of white on the edges. And over here would be the green, but I think it might need some of that bright yellow just to help it pop. And it wouldn't catch the green the whole way. It would only catch the green on these ones that is facing the green, right? So here it's facing the green, so it would catch the green, but as it goes up, it would be catching the orange tones. So we'll be going to orange tones now. Hello, Travis. Okay, now let's get some darker black going on in the shadowy parts on her hair. I'm just gonna deepen and saturate those a bit more. Oh, that's great, Ashley. There's a fair few comic book people on Twitch, that's for sure. Okay. Trying to think what else needs to be done. Let's try some of this green. So this is a new color because I have a green here, but I don't know if it still works. So this is one that I've had for a while, and I guess we should try this one before I do a whole new one. Okay, so this is green acrylic paint. Oh yeah, this is perfect. Okay, I think that's enough for the green. I don't want to go too crazy here. Oh, you stream on a different platform? Which one do you do, Meat Shake? Just out of curiosity. Okay, so now let's start bringing in some of the oranges and the yellows for all the other parts. So like here. Make sure that's dry before I start putting my fingers on it. Or I would just have taken a bunch of color and moved it all around on her face, and that would have been such a bummer. Speaking of the Cold War crew, and they are such awesome people. Yeah, Ashley streams on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. At least on my time, it's 1 p.m., I think. Or maybe it's 1 p.m. their time, so it's 2 mine. But they're the ones that are doing the Fight Your Friends game. And so next week, I will be starting in on that. And they gave me permission to stream the whole thing. So I'll be doing live streaming of that whole process of doing a card for Fight Your Friends next week. Because my deadline is February 9th. So I definitely need to get that done. Getting a little bit of yellow rim light on her. And I'd like to darken up her skin a little bit more. So I'm getting a brown and kind of like a few other colors. I guess that's a deep red, so I don't really need that. So I might try, this looks kind of like a cinnamon. Maybe I could use it as like an eyeshadow. And then this is a dark brown. I do, actually, Kylie. I have one. So yeah, that's a great idea to use it for a few pops of highlight here and there. Good plan. I will. So it doesn't look like this set really came with much in the way of skin tone. So I might have to buy a skin tone separately. But I do have another set of colored pencils, which is the Caran d'Ache Museum Aquarelle ones, and it has more skin tone. So I'm just going to use some to add a few shades and bits of shadow here and there where I feel like it could use a slight enhancement. Oh my God, it's Justin. Hey, Justin. Oh, that's interesting. That's good to know, Kylie. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna get a little bit of yellow along the rim here, because I feel like this part would be catching some of the rim lights, and then down here as well. Okay. All right, so here's my yellow. Let's see if it's still alive. Aw, sorry, Justin. It's nice to have you here for a while. Oh, thank you, Karen. All right, so I've activated the yellow one. And let's do some highlight pops on it. Okay. Now I need to refine around her eyes. So let's do that with the black. Where is the black? Here we go. Aw. That's so sweet, Justin.
Wanna go to a place where I can feel the rain again. I wanna reach the mountain where I can soar across the sky. And so my feet start to tremble, they lift off the ground. I leave it all behind, and I can see the horizon, it's calling my name. I leave it all behind. I'll rise above all that holds dear.
All right, and then I know I have a really deep red. I just need to find it again. Okay, here we go. This is like a really dark blood red. E31 33 53. Thank you so much, Philip. I'm gonna write it down. 31 33 53. Thank you.
I wanna fly through the night and feel what I used to be. I wanna run away where I can soar across the sky. And so my feet start to tremble, they lift
All right, now I need to do her lip ring. So let's get that going.
see the horizon, it's calling my name. I leave it all behind. I'll rise above.
So I'm using C3 and C5.
I'll never fall.
There we go.
We soar across the sky.
I'm very carefully gonna add a little bit of shade to her piercings. And then I'll put a highlight on them. With a white jelly roll pen because it's such a small area.
I will never, and I will never fall. I will never, I will never, I will never fall.
All right, and then I'm gonna add a little bit more texture onto her wings with some darker browns. Was I finger painting? I suppose so. It all kind of counts. Okay, now I'm gonna use some black again because I watched that on a YouTube video. I probably already told you guys this, and I was watching an artist who's just unbelievable with Copic markers. He's from England, but I can't remember what his name was, which is super bad. But he uses a lot of black colored pencil at the end to finish his Copic sketches, and they just look amazing. Like something about adding in a little bit of black for tone and shade just does wonders to a Copic piece. So lately I've been trying it a little bit more, and it really does make a difference. Might even put a little bit of black shade right there. So usually I try pretty hard to only use color enhancements where absolutely necessary and stick quite strictly to Copic marker. But with this one I wanted to give my new colored pencils a try. So it's sort of gonna be 50-50. Oh, thank you, Philip. I really appreciate that. Now it was E53. I'm gonna grab a little bit of E53. Maybe even some E55 here to just put in a little bit more shadow. It needs more. Things tend to lighten with Copic marker. So for shadow areas, it's not going to really ruin anything with adding it in here because you want that particular shadowy spot to be harsh. You want that hard line because it's what's going to help make it clear that it's a shadow, and usually shadows are pretty sharp. They're not like a big, round, smooth thing, so it works out really well. Okay, and I'm gonna get some T8 to do the lines on the lacing here. There we go. And now I think a few things could use a pen outline, and then this piece is finished. Woohoo! Oh, thank you so much, Jeff. I'm so glad you like it. That's awesome. Yeah, I have no idea what Brian is using it for, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So sometimes I'll do a thicker outline on things at the very end. If I feel that that piece needs to pop a little bit more, just giving it a nice thick exterior line really helps. And what I'm using right now is a Tombow, it's like a marker pen. Actually, I think it's a calligraphy pen. So it can go thick to thin quite nicely. So I like to use this one if I'm doing any kind of fast lines. I'll use this pen, and it's really, really good, and it does work with Copic Marker, so it's really nice. In case anybody wants to try it, I definitely recommend it. Oops, and if you go out of the lines, just make it a thicker line and pretend it was the intention all along. Okay, now I think I'd like to just add a little bit of orange. So this is like a plain orange color, and just get a little bit of show through of the orange behind. Oh, thank you so much, Kylie.
People say that practicing Zen is difficult, but there's a misunderstanding as to why. It's not difficult because it is hard to sit in a cross-legged position or to attain enlightenment. It's difficult because it is hard to keep our minds pure and our practice pure in its fundamental sense.
All right, now what it needs is a little bit of the VO9 again to just refine out her hair in this spot. So I'm gonna work on that now. Oh, yay, I'm so glad that you liked it, Meat Shake.
In the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities.
Because I went over a lot of these areas to kind of put the background and the in there, I have kind of messed up some of the Copic lines. So I'm just going in and adding in a little bit more Copic lines to refine out the hair and bring it back into the fore a little bit more. Okay, and give her a little bit more of an outline here. Because this arm is in the foreground, so it needs to pop a bit more. Aw, thank you so much, Philip. You're so kind. All right, and then just around her bra. I just don't want to accidentally smear some of this. But these spikes need to be enhanced a little bit more. Okay, and then a little bit more white highlight with a jelly roll pen. And we are literally almost done. What? Oh, I know. It is just going to hurt so bad if she were to ever do what she's doing right now with her arm right there. Oh my God, talk about pain. Alrighty, you guys, I think I'm finished. Whoop, whoop. I guess signing it is kind of in order. I never remember to sign stuff. There we go. One blank down. And a bunch more to go. 3 more to go. Whoop! Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and sign this one, and it's ready to go to Brian. And now I just need to do 3 more. There we go. Guys, this has been fun. I'm so glad we were able to finish one today. And I will definitely be back tomorrow to work on the next one, which is right here. So this is the next one, and this whole sword is the same green power stuff. So that's gonna be really fun. Yeah, then I'm gonna do like flames and stuff with this one. So I'm really looking forward to it, and this will be tomorrow's stream. And this one is finished, and I'll post a picture of it completed at some point. But for now, you guys rock. It was so great to hang out with all of you. I hope you have a fantastic Saturday evening, or maybe it's Sunday for Kylie. Oh, that's so awesome of you, Justin. It would be great to have you if you can make it. Except it's the Super Bowl tomorrow. I don't know if you watch the Super Bowl, but I will be going live 4:30 to 7:30 my time, which I think is 3:30 to 6:30 yours. Yeah. You guys are amazing. I love you all a ton. And the what bowl. Great. And I'm gonna just turn off the stream today because I think it's late for everyone. But thank you all so much for being here. Have a great evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Love you guys. Bye.